Hello and welcome. Today we are in the Tier 7 Royal Navy battleship, the HMS Hood. We're playing a match on the map Haven, and I actually wanted to play ranked, but sadly I had the random battle selected when I pressed play, and I got an instant match basically. It's a Tier 5 to 7 battle, which is really nice for the Hood, because she is a very strong battleship when she isn't up-tiered. She has all the things a regular Tier 7 battleship has, which means 26mm bow, etc. But she also has the improved out-of-bounds angles that for example, the American heavy cruisers have. Which means that to angle against this battleship, you have to angle way more than you would expect normally. And also she has 380mm, maybe 381mm caliber guns, which means that you can overmatch the bows and sterns of the other battleships just like they can do to you. At least Tier 7 and below. And all in all, this means that the Hood, I think, is one of the best Tier 7 battleships actually. At least as long as everything is, well, up to Tier 7. Because she threatens so many other ships so well because of her better out-of-bounds angles. And we got the Citadel right at the start. 17k damage, that's most of the HP of that Nürnberg gun. I spawned, by the way, on the eastern flank of my team, so I sailed closer, because the Hood is a really fast battleship. You can do that, and the plan is to get close, take a shot like I did on that Nürnberg, and then turn away. I mean, you pretty much know the strategy, right? Because I keep doing this quite regularly with battleships. Because I think it works out quite well, especially in random battles. Because it helps to get your team into battle also. Another Nürnberg for about 17k damage. Damn, I guess she'll dodge the next salvo better though. So, against cruisers like the Nürnberg at range, one thing you might want to do is to stagger your shots, so you don't fire everything at once. Although it looks like this guy maybe... I don't know, it's hard to say. But I'll fire 2 shots and then another 2 to follow up, or 2 turrets and then another 2. This way, you know, the first one will force the enemy to start turning, and the second one should be able to connect at least. Yep, well, we got 1 hit, but that's still like 4000 damage to a cruiser that cannot heal and only has less than 30k HP, or, well, around 30k HP. That's a lot of damage. I mean, that's more than 10% of our HP. So I would say that our starting strategy, it was very successful here. We've done a lot of damage to the enemy. I mean, the Nürnberg that we shot earlier, that one's actually already completely gone. Now though, I think I'm gonna have to turn around and start repositioning more towards the center of the map, because there just isn't much to do. We do know the enemy has a destroyer here, a Minakaze, and that's a ship I don't wish to fight in the open. I would like my destroyer to do something, which is why I am where I am, right? If you look directly behind me on the minimap, you'll see our destroyer, but she's literally on the map border and I have no idea what she's doing. Which means that I can't really rely on her to deal with the Minakaze, so I'm gonna have to back off. Otherwise, I'll be screwed. So when backing off in this type of situation, I don't know exactly where the Minakaze is, but I have some idea. She's probably off to my broadside, somewhere in that direction. Like where I'm basically looking. And she probably is trying to get some torpedoes on me. Which means that if I move erratically, you know, in a straight line for a while, then turn, then more in a straight line for a while, I'm probably able to at least minimize the amount of damage I'll take from the torps. Also, Ranger came to strike me, so I used defensive fire, and apparently he flew into a few flak bubbles because that entire squadron just went poof. 8 plane shutdown, nice. Thank you, Ranger. Don't expect that to happen every time. Usually CVs don't run into your flak bubbles quite as frequently. But I have to say, even like really good CV players run into the flak bubbles frequently, and when you have defensive anti-air up, those flak bubbles are incredibly dangerous to planes. Okay. Yeah, we don't really want to fight battleships at these kinds of very long ranges. We're unlikely to do much, but the main thing is I need to get more towards the middle of the map, because all the fighting is on the other side if you look at the minimap. But there is this Minakaze over here. We know she is here because I am spotted while not firing my guns, right? So she has to be somewhere around here. Ho ho ho, Citadel! Goodbye, Nürnberg. I mean, look, 3 seconds to go on the spotting. 1, 0. Oh, I'm unspotted, but there are torpedoes right in front of me in the smoke screen. Yeah, I wonder where the Minakaze is. I really wonder. Because I was unspotted though, for a moment, I think I can make this turn. It's gonna be risky, but I mean, even if I take like 2 or 3 of these torpedoes, I'll still be alright, but at least I should survive. Minakaze has super fast torp reload, so trying to rush the smokescreen of a Minakaze is suicide. It's a really bad idea, unless you have Hydro. Okay, we avoided the torps, that's very good, but now we're gonna back off. Maybe our Nürnberg that we're gonna pass in a moment has Hydro, and we'll go spot the Minakaze, but right now though, I'm just backing off. This is a bad situation. Actually no, the situation I'm in right now is fine, because I'm pretty safe from these torpedoes. But if I were to try to go fight them, that would be a terrible idea. Okay, I ate the torpedo. Yep, like I said, Minakaze has super fast torp reload. The plan is to just diagonally sail away. I say diagonally because this allows me some lateral movement to be able to avoid the torps. Also, I switched to HE here, but honestly, I don't think you should switch to HE as a battleship against the DD. AP might be just better. Because HE can just break on like a gun turret or something and just not deal any damage as a result. Whereas AP is never gonna do that, right? It's just gonna do overpen damage. Come on, one more salvo. She's gonna start going forward in a moment, and we'll try to catch her when she does that. See, 1 shell hit, 530 damage. If that were an AP shell, that would have done a minimum of 1,100 damage. So, yeah, probably against destroyers, you probably should fire AP. I don't really even know why I switched to HE here, but nah, whatever. Anyway, the Minakaze has been taken care of. So now we should probably advance over into the B cap. I am sure that my teammate will eventually take the C cap. I mean, look at that, right? They have a Hia, a New York, an Oba, a Queen Elizabeth, a York, and a Gneisenau near the C cap. The enemy doesn't have nearly as many. Oh, and they have the CV2, right? And the enemy has a Monty, an Ashigara, an Ashinko, and the Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, the enemy team is not going to hold on to the C cap. So I think the play here for our side is to go for the B cap. Because obviously my teammates will eventually get into C. Although, with random teammates you never know, they might just decide to ignore the cap or something. But I think we're probably gonna be able to chase down this Colorado. Never mind! What is our Mutsuki doing? What the hell? She's going for some YOLO torps or something. Oh! The Mutsuki went for YOLO torps, but I got the kill. Okay. Thank you, Mutsuki, I guess. Still though, I really do not understand what that Mutsuki has been doing. She crawled along the border, and then YOLO the battleship? Why? And lost half her HP just like that. Why would she do that? What the hell? Why not just go for the caps or spot the destroyers or whatever, right? This is some big brain play I cannot understand. I mean, I understand in the sense that the Mutsuki is doesn't seem to have the seems to still be stock hull, so she doesn't have the HP, but still, that seems a bit, I don't know, that kind of play is questionable to me. I'm not sure if I can take the B cap though, because with a Nagata over here and a Perth and potentially a Monty running from the rest of my team, I don't know, maybe I can just hold out long enough, but it's a bit questionable whether we can take it. Anyway, priority is obviously the Perth, because she's, well, a cruiser, and we might be able to just pop her, but we'll see. She did slow down, and she's unspotted. Ooh, Citadel hit, and that's my Confederate. Excellent. So, what I'm trying to do, because Nagato has 410mm caliber guns, she overmatches my bow and stern. So, I can't point my bow towards the Nagato and be safe, right? Because the shells will simply penetrate. However, if I angle enough so that her shells will ricochet off of my main belt instead of penetrating, but still stay angled in a way where I don't point my bow directly towards her, chances are that her shells are gonna land somewhere in the middle of my ship. And as a result, they'll bounce off of the main belt, although the ones that go higher will go into the superstructure and still deal damage, but at least I won't get overwhelming penetrations into my bow, right? That's my plan in terms of my angling here, which is why I stay angled as I am. This is where I actually use the angle indicator, the navigate remote that you see that people often ask about. The main thing is I look at that my bow is roughly 30 degrees towards the enemy that I'm worried about. Because if that's the case, Battleship should almost entirely auto-bounce off the main belt. Or anything they don't overmatch. So I have to stop here, by the way, because there is a Monty straight ahead of me. And I'm pretty sure that ship has torpedoes. Wait, is that Perth AFK? Well, I'll take it. Thank you very much. But I'm worried about the Monty straight ahead of me at 4 kilometers. Because if she comes around the corner and starts torping me, I'll be in a lot of trouble. And damn, that salvo hurt. But not much I could do about it. Maybe I can go forward and put an island between me and the Nagato. It does put me in a worse position though because of the Monty straight ahead of me. But I don't know, I think I'm gonna lose to this Nagato eventually. Especially if I'd like to be going full speed to be able to do maneuvering actions, but the Monty here and the Agencore over there, they both are problems for me. Which is why I have to do this really slow crawl where I accelerate, then slow down, accelerate again. This stuff, because if I go out in the open, Agencore is gonna start striking me. And then, you know, 2 ships is gonna make it even worse. If my team wasn't behind me, if it didn't take them 15 years to actually get into battle, then the situation wouldn't be as bad. But somehow the Gneisenaus and etc. ships just cannot catch up to my magnificent speed, I suppose. Also, there's a CV2, so that's another worry of damage that I'm gonna take. I'm gonna go down here. There's just nothing I can do. Maybe we can finish the Nagato before that, but I am definitely gonna go down. Trying to accelerate, but it ain't gonna happen, I think. Okay, we're still alive, but sadly we didn't manage to finish the Nagato fighter. So Nagato is basically doing the same thing. She also tries to angle against me, but it's harder because of the better auto-bounce angles on these, right? And because of that, I am able to get probably more damage per salvo, but now I'm definitely gonna die because I had to turn for the planes. I'm just hoping maybe Nagato's shells fall short or something. Probably not though. Yeah, sadly. She didn't need to deal exactly much damage there. But yeah, imagine if my team had actually pushed up, like quickly. I mean, we have fast battleships like the Gneisenau and Hie over here. But somehow they still are over there instead of where I was. But it's pretty much an it is a fully unlosable situation here. They will finish off the Nagato here, there's just no way they won't. Ooh, a Nürnberg's dueling a Nagato. You know, Nürnberg might actually just get popped herself though, and I'm sure Nagato's looking for that shot. Also, there seems to be some rendering problem with the shells. They appeared like 5 kilometers from the ship. 20k to the Nürnberg? Oof. But yeah, I don't know, why was the Nürnberg like the only ship that seemed to help me against this Nagato? Why didn't the Gneisenau and the Hie just do something? We should have had like 4 ships firing on that Nagato, but we only had like 2. Oh well, it is what it is. I mean, I still had an amazing game. Look, 132k damage, 5 citadel hits, 32 planes. I even solo capped the base. I solo capped the base. And shut down 32 planes while doing so. So, you know, I think I did my part. But I really like the Hood. I think she is amazing for ranked as well. I played the ship in the tier 7 bracket in ranked. Because she just fits there so well. Because, like, everything she has is so good against tier 7 ships. 2610 base XP, while number 2 on our team did not even break 1500. Team, please, would you try a little harder next time, please? Detailed report. I mean, we did a lot of damage, but we also took, look, we tanked 127k damage in a tier 7 battleship, 1.8 million potential damage too, and 50k AA damage. Anyways, a quick look at the commander skills and upgrades: emergency repair specialist, grease the gears, survival or adrenaline rush, sorry, concealment expert, emergency repair expert, then basics of survivability, and the last 4 points will go not into swift in silence, that would be an extremely dumb idea, but into fire prevention expert. Because I use this captain on all of my premium Royal Navy battleships. Anyways, upgrades are also standard for me. Propulsion mod, because propulsion mod is amazing. Then aiming systems, damage control, and main arms modification 1. I wouldn't use propulsion mod if I didn't have basics of survivability, but I do, so I will. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.